Namaste, this is Banu Suresh, your online yoga teacher. Let's talk about feet today, your feet and mine. Have you ever wondered why we practice yoga bare feet? I know I have. One of the main reasons I was told was to stay connected with the earth. But I think it's also because we want to stay connected with our bodies. 72,000 nerves. If we can acknowledge this fact, the scientific fact, 72,000 nerves end in the soles of our feet and the palms of our hands, which is why every time we stomp our feet or clap our hands, we are refreshing and massaging the glands and organs that these nerves lead to, and that's why you feel so fresh, so energized when you stomp or you clap. So let's look at the various regions of the body that we can target just by massaging certain regions of the soles of our feet. Keep in mind, this is a mirror image of the bottom of my feet. Much more attractive than my real feet and much more colorful as well. Now, it's almost like you're looking at the soles of my feet from under a glass table, which means this image on the left is really the bottom of my right foot. The image on the right is the bottom of my left foot. Let's move up. My cursor, my arrow, is below all the text right down the middle of the page. So let's look at the sciatic region, this brown line just above the orange patch close to the heel. That relates to the sciatic region. If you remember, the sciatic nerves divide at the base of the spine to lead into the back of both your upper thighs. Now moving upward, this little brown patch on the insides of both feet closer to the heel, they relate to the sacrum. Sacrum is the base of your spine. Let's move upward to the small and the large intestine. So you have this patch of yellow. Nerves that end here lead to the small intestine. Nerves that end in this larger patch on the right side, in the right image, lead to the large intestine. That's really the left foot, but the right image. This little brown patch right here on either side of the inside of our feet, insides, right there, they lead to the urinary bladder. Moving upward along the inner edge of both feet, all along the inner edge, the nerves that end in this region lead to the spine, which is why when you massage your arches, you feel so refreshed. You feel wonderful because you're actually massaging your spine. Moving upward to this dotted line right across the middle of the drawing, middle of both the images, that relates to our waist. It was originally a green line. That's why it says green line equals waistline. So you want to massage that region if you want to massage your waist. Close to that, you have the large brown bean-shaped structures. Now we need to make sure that you don't cloud up the image. In the middle of both feet, and those relate to your kidneys. Very close to the kidneys, you have the adrenal glands, nerves that lead to the adrenal glands. They end right here. The little structure just above, the little brown overhang above the kidneys. And let's look at this little brown patch right here inside this huge orange triangle. This leads to your gallbladder, and this big orange triangle, nerves that end here, lead to your liver. Now let's move on to the right side. This big yellow feathery patch has nerves that lead to your pancreas. Look at this large bellow-shaped patch right here. The nerves that end here lead to your stomach. So you want to make sure that your stomach is in good shape. You might want to massage this region. Now along the edge of this stomach patch, you have this brown reverse C-shaped patch of nerves. They lead to your spleen. Now, an important part of the soles of our feet, something we cannot neglect is your diaphragm. So let's look along the top third, this line that runs all along right there. That represents your diaphragm. So it's under the soles of both feet in the top third of the drawings. That represents your diaphragm. And if you remember, diaphragm is a muscular organ that flaps in and out depending on whether you're exhaling or inhaling. Just below the diaphragm, you have this semicircular orange patch, relates to your solar plexus. Now, solar plexus, as you recall, is above your navel region. Now, under the little toe, on the edge of the little toe right here, this line, nerves that end there lead to your left arm in the image on the right side, and nerves that lead to your right arm end right here. Under the little toe in the left image, the right foot. Moving upwards, see this large, lovely green lawn right here. Under either foot, the top part of either foot, those represent your lungs, and in the left foot, the image on the right side, they represent your left lung and your heart. On the left side, the left foot, image on the left side, but the right foot, they represent your right lung. Now, along the edge of this nice green, fresh green lawn, you have nerves that end here represent your thymus. Now, if you recall, your thymus actually builds your its hormones build the immune system. So it's very important, even though it's a very, very tiny gland. Now, you're looking at nerves ending at the base of all the toes, and they lead to the ears and eyes. So at the base of all your toes, under both feet. And you have your throat and your thyroid. So look at this line that runs across the base of your right foot, represents a throat, and the base of your left foot represents a thyroid. And along the inner edge, we want to make sure we don't miss anything. Along the inner edge of both the big toes, they represent the sides of your neck. Moving upward to your pituitary and pineal glands, we have right under the big toe, you see this big dot right there? Under the big toe of both feet, so I'm looking at this, I'm just circling around those dots. They represent your pituitary and your pineal glands. Now, a very important aspect, and these are it's especially helpful to know that along the edge of the big toe, you have nerves, and nerves that end over there lead to the brain. So it's really helpful to be standing on tippy toe every now and then. You might find you can massage your brain in a lot of different ways, and this is just one of them. Now, what we have here today, what I've shared with you today, is just a very basic introduction to reflexology. There may be variations, but this is just so you can go ahead and do your own research. Now remember, every time you move in yoga, you move forward and back, you do back bends, you're enhancing lung power if you recall, you do forward folds, you're massaging your glands and organs below the diaphragm. So keep in mind that the lymphatic system is also very important. The lymph nodes, unfortunately, in this situation, lymph nodes are like a franchise. They are scattered all over the body, and because the lymphatic system does not have a pump like the heart, the lymph fluid cannot move around the whole body to remove toxins, because that is a function of the lymphatic system, is to remove the toxins from the body. But because it doesn't have a pump, it actually relies on the circulatory system to actually remove all those toxins. And the lymph nodes are scattered all over the body. So you want to make sure that you get a full massage every now and then, which means there are several ways, but one of them is walking. You can wear massage sandals, but I think the best way is to just walk. So you can massage all the lymph nodes, activate the lymphatic system, You want to make sure you cover every part of the soles of your feet, not just massage certain regions. And that way you are energizing your whole body, releasing the body of toxins. We will meet in the next segment. Namaste.